Now, there's one other thing that was a requirement to do during the fast. And whether you do the fast at home or whether you do it at home or at a facility, this is required. You have to every day, get one colonic. Now, what a colonic is, sometimes it's called a high enema. Different than an enema. All right, so I'm going to get a little graphic here. An enema, there's what's called an enema bag. Matter of fact, Trey, can you see if you can find a picture of an enema bag? They sell disposable enema bags. Sometimes it's called hot water bottles, but there's an enema bag, and they're plastic. You fill the enema bag with water. You then there's an enema bag. It looks like a hot water bottle. Now that one is not a disposable one, but maybe you can find a picture of a disposable one in a minute. But let me describe what everyone's seeing here. The enema bag gets filled with water. That little S-shaped metal thing gets put on the top of a door. You hang the enema bag up filled with water. You then put the tube into the enema bag. You lie down on the floor, usually on, a carpet or a towel or something, and you insert the tube into your rectum. And then you release the valve and the water flows into your rectum. And you would be amazed of how much water can flow into the rectum. When all the water is flowed into the rectum, you remove the tube from your rectum, you get up, you hold it for as long as you can, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour. Then you sit in the toilet and you release. And the water clears out the rectum. It's called a high enema or an enema. A high enema is a little different than an enema because it goes higher than just a regular enema. And it lasts around 45 minutes to an hour and a half. Sometimes they call colonics, and there's two types of systems. One's called an open system and one's called a closed system. First, let me show you the open system. Can you show a picture of the open system, Trey? If you go online and just punch in open system colonic, there are 4 or 5 different brands. You go to a person, and this is what the room looks like. They tell you how to use it. You basically take your clothes off and lie down. You take a tube, put it into your rectum, and you cover yourself up, and then you turn it on. And the water simply just goes into the rectum. It's coming in via gravity. And because of this setup, you're releasing nonstop, and it just flushes down, and you see through a tube all this stuff that's coming out of your body. Is there another picture you got there of the, yeah. So this is what you look like when you're actually getting the colonic using an open system. It's very relaxed. You're by yourself. There's nobody there. You can use your cell phone. You can listen to music. You can just relax. And if you turn to the left, in this particular case, there's a tube, so you can see the stuff coming out of you, and you cannot believe what comes out of you. Black things that look like inner tubes of tires come out. That's the system that I recommend. It's an hour to an hour and a half, depending on where you go. But you have to get one every day. The second system takes about 45 minutes, and it's called the closed system. Can we show that one? So a closed system looks like this, and you're lying down on the table, and there's a colon therapist who's there. And she takes the tube and she puts it into your rectum, or you insert it yourself. And then she turns a valve and puts water in, and then turns it and then lets the water come out. And it goes back and forth, and she'll use some warm water, some colder water. She'll massage your stomach to help release things that are blocking the colon. This gets the toxins out. You can see through the middle tube there all the stuff that's coming out. Now, the facility I went to first, they used this system. Since then, I've been to places that use the open system, and I prefer the open system much better. Thanks. That's good for that. But I'll tell you what happened. So the first day, I get into the colon room, and the therapist there, I'm very nervous. I've never done this before. I'm kind of embarrassed. She's putting something up my rectum, and I'm like, I got to kind of get used to this. But she's a professional, and I'm here for health benefits. And she goes, yeah, just look at this tube. You can see the stuff come out. And she says, the darker it is means the longer it's been there. And you can see if it's hard, like a rock, or if it's soft. If it's hard like a rock, it's been there a long, long time. and it would never come out because you'd never passed it in the toilet. But when you get these toxins out, you're going to feel better. The body then can absorb nutrients better into the colon, and your whole life is going to miraculously change. Your health is going to just skyrocket. So I'm there for the first day, and stuff comes out, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm clean now. I'm not eating. So when I go the second day, I don't know why I need 2 of them, but they said you have to have one every day. But I'm confused because I saw so much stuff come out the first day. Clearly, I'm not putting anything in. I'm fasting. So on the second day, there shouldn't be anything there. So I go in the second day, and just as much, as a matter of fact, more stuff came out the second day, and darker things. And I said, I'm confused. I haven't eaten in 24 hours. And we did one of these yesterday. Where is this stuff coming from? She goes, this is stuff that's still in your colon. It's impacted. She goes, it's going to take a while to get all the old stuff out. And for 45 minutes, stuff is just going through this tube, and I am amazed. The third day, I'm thinking, I feel clean. I go in, I get the colonic, and dark, black, this big, long black thing, looked like a black inner tube, is floating by. She goes, oh, that completely impacted your colon. She goes, if you were to touch that with a stick, it'd feel like hard rubber. She goes, that's preventing nutrients from being absorbed into your system. And this is why you're always hungry, because your body's not absorbing nutrients from the food, so your body says, feed me more, feed me more, feed me more. He goes, Kevin, when you go through this, you're going to realize your appetite's going to radically change, completely change, and your energy levels are going to skyrocket. And when you eat some food, instead of getting tired and lethargic, your body's actually going to assimilate the nutrients from the food, and it's going to be like you just got a jolt of energy. So when you actually eat food, it's going to be fuel. It's going to feed you. It's going to give you energy. Instead, I go, no, when I eat food, I get tired. I want to take a nap. She goes, yeah, because you have probably a candida yeast overgrowth, and you're not absorbing, and your body just can't digest it. So you're making it work too hard. The 4th day, the 5th day, the 6th day, every day when I went in, stuff is coming out through this tube. The 7th day, I'm thinking, I haven't eaten anything in 7 days. I'm drinking a gallon of water, and I got 4 ounces of juice. There can't be anything left in my colon, and stuff's still coming out. It got clear on day 20. Day 20. Now, I wasn't an old person. I was 21 years old. And I'm thinking, what happens if I haven't done one of these and I was 50 years old? Imagine the stuff that's in your system. And this was mind-boggling. I said, I need to do this at least once a year just to get all the toxins out that I put in the last 12 months. And I have been ever since. It's miraculous what happens when you juice fast. Hi, I'm Kevin Trudeau. This is everything they don't want you to know about to improve the quality of your life. Broadcasting every Monday and Wednesday, 2 days a week now. Monday and Wednesday at 1 o'clock Chicago time. Make sure you tune in and subscribe to the channel and share these shows with everyone you know.